Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome back to another video. In this video we do have some pretty exciting news, especially for tomorrow. It seems that there's a new Nintendo Direct announced for the Mario movie, which is really exciting. It's a movie I'm personally really excited for. We also have some news for Warframe on the Nintendo Switch 2, some news about Super Mario Bros. Wonder that's coming with that DLC. Fable also just got its new gameplay trailer and there's currently a rumor for the Nintendo Switch 2, so we're going to go over that and overall some pretty good stuff for this video. If you guys want to be kept up on the latest Nintendo Switch 2 news, leaks, and rumors, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and of course, leave a like if you do enjoy the video. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is really ramping up in 2026. February, we should be getting that Nintendo Direct with even more games to look forward to, DLC, and all of that great stuff, especially new looks on games like Pokepedia, and hopefully Splatoon Raiders. I mean, where the heck is that game, right? But one thing when it comes to the February Nintendo Direct that I think a lot of people are expecting is something for Mario's 40th. Now, we usually do get that with the Nintendo Direct, something for the anniversary, and then also combined with the Nintendo Direct, which is what I think Nintendo is going to do with the Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary. But we do have some early stuff that might mean that Nintendo's not going to be taking that route. And I'll tell you why this is very exciting after we get over that news. So Nintendo recently revealed a trailer for Super Mario 40th anniversary and announced some things for Super Mario Wonder. The first thing they announced is the release date for that talking flower. Nintendo of America had this to say: brighten your day with taking flower, straight out of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This little character will spontaneously speak throughout the day, sharing quips, words of encouragement, and more, and the release date for that is going to be on March 12th, and it is currently for pre-order if you do want to pre-order it. Another thing that was announced for Super Mario 40th anniversary is the DLC release date for the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Super Mario Bros. Wonder plus Bayabel Park. Now with this, we did get some amiibo announcements: the Elephant Mario, Poplin and Prince Florian, and Captain Toad, and the Talking Flower. Those will be available on March 26th, 2026, so that's not too far away, just a couple months out if you do want to get those amiibos. But keep in mind that the amiibo prices did increase, so they're probably going to be some ridiculous price. Apparently they're not as expensive as the other ones, though. They're not like $50 like, you know, Kirby Air Riders. So on Amazon, Best Buy, and GameStop, they're going to be $24.99 each. Now, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition for Super Mario Bros. Wonder is also available for pre-order. And if you're wondering if the update to Nintendo Switch 1 to Nintendo Switch 2 version of Super Mario Bros. Wonder is going to cost you money, it's going to cost you $19.99. It does come with DLC, so I guess that does make a lot of sense instead of it just being free. Though, now that I think about it, sometimes when it's just like a resolution and frame rate update, you still have to pay, which I think that should be free, but that's just me. But it is going to be $19.99 if you do want to upgrade from the Nintendo Switch 1 version, if you already own that, to the Nintendo Switch 2 version. And the release date for that is going to be March 26, 2026. Next up, we actually do have a Nintendo Direct that is happening tomorrow on Sunday, the 25th. So Stealth40k over on Twitter has a tweet that says Nintendo announced the next Super Mario Galaxy Movie Direct is on January 25th. And this is actually really exciting because we already have a good look at the Fireball Mario and Luigi, which is really exciting. I'm really curious on what exactly the story is, like what other characters are going to appear, because apparently there's supposed to be other characters that weren't revealed yet, according to, I think it was Chris Pratt, voice actor of Mario. So I'm really curious on what's going on with whatever character is going to be shown. I would assume it's probably going to be Yoshi, right? Because at the end of the first Super Mario Bros. Movie, Yoshi was the kind of end credit scene, so I'm assuming that's the character that we haven't seen from the actual trailers for the movie, so I guess we'll see. That being said, let's move on to the next topic. Warframe is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. So the Warframe Twitter account says a native version of Warframe is on its way to Nintendo Switch 2. Expect smoother visuals, more responsive combat, and significantly improved overall gameplay fidelity. Stay tuned for more details. Now, the exciting thing about this is I really like Warframe. It's a free-to-play game. A lot of the stuff in the game you can actually just get by playing the game. And that's always a plus in free-to-play games. A lot of times these free-to-play games like to inject really just disgusting microtransactions and try to get as much money as possible out of you. DC Universe Online, I'm talking about you. That game used to be really good a long time ago. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Now, there is a rumor about Fable. So Fable just showed their gameplay, and it looks really good. Aside from the combat looks a little stiff in my personal opinion. But everything else that was shown around that looked really fantastic. And it seems like there is a rumor that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. So this is what Go Nintendo has to say. There was a time when Fable was one of the biggest game franchises around. It was one of the core series under Xbox's belt, and fans were gobbling up installments as quickly as they came out. Sadly, it seems that Fable series got away from Microsoft early on as a run of the subpar spin-offs and setbacks caused the franchise to lapse in obscurity. Microsoft is looking to bring Fable to the franchise into the limelight with a brand new installment this year, and it's scheduled to launch on the Xbox Series X/S, PS5, and PC. Nintendo fans were bummed to see no Nintendo Switch 2 was in the works, or Nintendo Switch 2 version, I mean. Nothing official has been announced. There are rumblings that something is going on behind the scenes. According to Windows Central insider Jez Corden, the 2026 version of Fable isn't 100% definitive. Definite for Switch 2, but it is under consideration for the future. As to why the game is being considered instead of being actively pursued, Corden says it's purely logistics, but they think a port will happen, just not right now. And I think one of the things I would assume so anyways is because it would be purely for the Nintendo Switch 2 maybe, and not the Nintendo Switch 1, and maybe they're waiting just for more Nintendo Switch 2s to be purchased, the number of the player base for the Nintendo Switch 2. That's really the only reason I would assume that's why they're just considering it for now. But I mean, the Nintendo Switch 2 is selling really well, and overall the Nintendo Switch 2 brand is really strong, so I would assume people will eventually have enough Nintendo Switch 2s out there for them to consider a port and make it. Overall, it does look really fantastic. I mean, between this and Crimson Desert and just other open world games, and not just open world games, but games overall, there's plenty to play and definitely not enough time. And speaking of time, it seems that Prince of Persia recently got canceled. So the remake that was coming out that we really didn't see too much from, and we were wondering like, where the heck is this game? It seems that it's got canceled, which is really weird because apparently it was pretty far in development. And that's not the only game that got canceled or delayed. It seems that Ubisoft canceled 6 games, including Prince of Persia, and closes studios, according to BBC.com. So it's pretty bad right now for Ubisoft. And you know, the interesting thing here is that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in development. They didn't cancel that, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, that was announced a long time ago, and they're still trying to work on that. There's no gameplay, no preview, nothing from that game, and yet they're going to be canceling and delaying all these other games and even closing down studios. I don't know what they're doing over there, but man, they need to get their crap together because they're going to be in big trouble if they keep on like this. I mean, there's other games that are in development too, and that we've heard about, like the Splinter Cell remake, or you know, there's was it confirmed? The Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. I don't even remember if that was confirmed or not. There's so many games that they're doing, and so many things that have been canceled, delayed, just shown, and just not even heard anything from that everything's all jumbled up. Ubisoft is a big old mess. Division 3 was also announced, and we haven't seen anything from that either. And then there's also some news a while back about them doing something like Division 1, and it's like, man, you guys are all over the place. There is no organization over there. With that being said, I'm hoping that this is a good change for Ubisoft, because if you look at things like Fable, you know, that game looks really good. We don't know if it's good, but it looks on face value really good, and that game was also delayed, I believe. Either that or they just were really quiet for the longest time, and that ended up being good, though I guess you could say the same thing about like Starfield and also Halo. Those games didn't really show too much for the longest time, and those didn't really hit it out of the park like they should have. So we'll see, but I'm hoping this is a good thing for Ubisoft, because for all the crap that a lot of people give them, including me, I do like their IPs. You know, I like the Assassin's Creed games. I like games like Prince of Persia. That would have been really cool. Honestly, a new Prince of Persia game would have been better, but that's just me. So I'm hoping they get their crap together and, you know, make some good games, because Ubisoft does have a lot of good IPs. But let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below, as well as the other things that we discussed in this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.